Hello, students sitting here in your classroom. It's lonely and empty. But it's not now because you're sitting here without me. All right. Today you're going to be graphing lines, and today they will all be written in slope-intercept form, which you learned yesterday is y equals mx plus b. So if you look right here, that is slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. And I would like for you to write right here, y equals mx plus b. There you go. And I would like for you to label the m and the b. Tell somebody next to you, what does the m represent? And what does the b represent? And then label them. So I know y'all are brilliant. So you just said that m represents slope and b represents y-intercept. Okay. There we go. It's going to help you today. So to sketch the graphs of these functions, you do two steps. It's very easy. You start with what does the song say? Something is the starting point. The song says something is the starting point. Does it say M or B? Think about it. Tell somebody next to you. Does it say M or B? Well, first there's y equals, then mx plus b. I said m is the slope. That's the rise over run. You see the starting point is the... There you go. It's the b. The starting point is the b. So start with the y-intercept because it's the starting point. And then m is the slope. That's the da-da-da-da. That's the da-da-da. Rise over run. Okay. So then rise over run. All right. We'll sing again tomorrow. We will sing again tomorrow. Okay. So you start with the y-intercept and then you rise over run. So here's what that means. Very easy. Very easy. To graph y equals 2/3 x plus 4, you're going to start. Do you start with the 2/3 or the 4? Everybody tell me. I can't hear you, but I know you're telling me. Do you start with the 2/3 or the 4? All right. You're going to start with the 4. You're going to start with the 4. And what you do, that is your y-intercept. That 4 is your y-intercept. That means that you put a point on this y-axis. Do you put a point on the x-axis? No. You put a point on the y-axis at the positive 4. That's your starting point. You put a point at the 4. Okay. This is your rise over run, 2 over 3. That means you're going to rise 2, run 3, rise 2, run 3, rise 2, run 3. Draw slope man. Everybody draw slope man. And this is a positive 2/3, so it needs to look like slope man's left eye. Okay? So you're going to go up 2 and right 3 so that it looks like slope man's left eye. And I want you to do it again. Do it as many times as you can fit on this graph. Up 2, run 3. Rise 2, run 3. That's a slope of 2/3. And then come down here. And you can be going the same direction if you go down and left, down and left, down and left. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go down 2, left 3. That is still a positive slope. Down 2, left 3, down 2, left 3. There you go. And then we're going to connect and we're going to draw the lines. Now, something that y'all will come to know about me, you're about to see it for the first time. Unfortunately, I'm holding my phone. I'm going to have to set it down to do it. But I draw the straightest lines of anybody you've ever met. You guys cannot draw lines. I'll show you in just a second. You look at the ceiling for a second. You guys cannot draw lines as straight as I can. You can't draw lines. I don't know if you can hear with the phone upside down. You cannot draw lines as straight as I can, and that's okay. If your lines are crooked, you might fail. It'll be all right. Now, you can't do it as straight as I can because in order to draw lines like that, you have to go through some pain in your life. You have to go through some real hurt and loss, and comes out as lines like that. If you see something there that doesn't look straight, it's an optical illusion because this is a video and, you know, sometimes it doesn't look right. Okay, Let's do y equals negative 6/5 x minus 7. And please, A's, every A, tell the person next to you, where does your first point go on this graph? Where does your first point go? You can point to it, you can explain it to them. You should be just about done. Okay, the first point goes on the y-axis at the negative 7. Negative 7, not up here at the 7. No. Down here at the negative 7 on the y-axis is where you'll put your first point. Okay. Now, your rise over run is negative 6/5. So look at slope man. Your line needs to go this way. Your line needs to go this way. Okay, to make this a negative slope, a negative 6/5 slope, I don't have room to go down 6. I can only go down 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to have to go up. All right, so let's go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then to make it be a negative slope, do I want to go right 5 or left 5? Look at the direction your line needs to go. And I want to go 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. All right. And then you can do it one more time. You can go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 5 to the left will be right at the very edge of the graph. And then connect those lines. I'm going to pour out some paint onto this paper. Oh man, this line is... Some of you might be thinking he's using a ruler, all that, but you know what? No. Pain. It's betrayal. It's hard knocks is what allows me to draw a line like that. Okay. Y equals 2x plus 3. B's, please tell the A's. Where does your first point go on this graph? B's, tell the A's. First point, okay. Here's your y-axis, and it goes on the 3. So where your first point goes, there's your first point. And then you rise to, and what is the run? Everybody, what do you think the run is when you just have 2? That's 2 over what? Okay, we've had slopes of integers already, so we know that's 2 over 1. So, this is a positive slope. It needs to look like slope man's left eye. So we're going to start here at our starting point. We're going to go up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And then we're going to go down 2 and over 1. Fill up the whole graph. There you go. And then connect to those dots. Okay, I'm going to connect the dots now. I'm holding back the tears as I remember all the pain I've been through that allows me to draw. My goodness, look at that line. Such an amazing, straight, perfect line. Okay. Last one. Here we go. Everybody try the last one. Y'all do it, and then I'm going to put the phone down. Y'all are doing the last one. Everybody on this first page. Everybody's doing the last one on the first page. And I will pick up my phone in a minute and show it to you. Make sure that your slope is negative. So look at slope man's eyes. To make a negative slope, you don't want to go down and left. If you go down and left, that's a positive slope. So you want to go down and right, or up and left. Down and right, or up and left. Whenever you're ready, you may look at the screen. I have my starting point on the y-axis. And then a rise over run of 4 over 1. It is a negative slope. Okay. Any questions? If so, ask me tomorrow. Not right now. I can't hear you. Okay. Next page. Yeah. Hold your questions. Don't ask me questions. I will take no questions today. All right. Now we just have y equals 2 and y equals 9 and x equals 2 and x equals 9. And so we're going to take a note here that y'all are just going to have to memorize. And we're going to do it and do it and do it until you know it and know it and know it. And that is that when you just have y equals a number and nothing else, just y equals a number, that is a horizontal line. You're going to draw, and I'll show you why that is in a second, but you're going to draw a horizontal line on the graph. And when all you see is x equals a number, what do you think the line will look like? Oh, y'all are brilliant. I'm not even there, and I know you got it right. That's going to look like a vertical line. Okay. So I'll show you why that is in a second, but when you see y equals 2, all you have to do is go up here to the 2, because you're going to draw a horizontal line, so you don't need to look at this 2. Okay, that 2 means nothing to you. You're going to draw a horizontal line. So go up here to where y equals 2 and draw a horizontal line, and that is the line y equals 2. Okay, so I will draw that. I'm going to make mine go off the graph on the sides a little bit so I can draw some arrows. It's kind of hard to see that line when it's just on a line that's already there. That is the line y equals 2. Now, why is y equals 2 a horizontal line? Well, let me show you why. Let me just pick like 3 random points along this line. That one, no reason, I'm just picking these points, okay? 3 random points along that line. And I'm going to write the coordinates of these points. So this is the point -8, 2. And this is the point -2, 2. And this is the point 6, 2. Anywhere you look along that line, what equals 2? Does x equal 2? No. X is -8 here, x is -2 here, x is 6 here. Does y equal 2? Yes. Y equals 2 at any point along this line. That's why the line y equals a number is a horizontal line, okay? Because anywhere you look along this line, the y value is 2. All right, so now everybody try to draw the line y equals 9. Draw the line y equals 9. And I have it done. There you go. And once again, you don't have to do this every time, but I'll do it one more time. I'll just pick 3 random points along this line and show you that y equals 9 anywhere you look along this line. This is the point -8, 9. So y equals 9 at that point. Not x, but y does. This is the point 2, 9. And this is the point 5, 6, 6, 9. So anywhere you look along this line, it's the y value that equals 9. So this is the line y equals 9. Now let's come down here and we have x equals 2. That's going to be a vertical line. So now you don't care about this value right here. You want to look where x equals 2, which is right here, and you're going to draw a vertical line. So everybody draw that line. I'll show it to you in a second. A vertical line where x equals 2. This, by the way, is not a function. When you see the equation x equals a number, it is linear. That is linear. It's a line, but it's not a function. This is not a function. X equals 2 is a constantly repeating x of 2. It contains the point 2, 1, 2, 1 million, 2, 8, 2, 11, okay? So x equals 2 is a constantly repeating x, and it's a vertical line which fails the vertical line test. It is not a function. Now I'm going to show you along this line that x does equal 2. I'm going to choose 3 random points. And we have the point right here, 2, 7. And right here we have the point 2, 1. And down here we have the point 2, -8. So what equals 2 all along this line? X. X equals 2 here, X equals 2 here, X equals 2 here. So X equals 2 is a vertical line. Okay, everybody try the last one. X equals 9. Try to graph the line X equals 9. It's on the screen. When you want to look at it, it is a vertical line where X equals 9. Y does not equal 9 on this line except for one spot right there, but X equals 9 everywhere. X equals 9 everywhere along this line. Okay. Any questions? Again, don't ask me questions. Here we go. Last page. We are going to write the equations of these graphs. So everybody write y equals, and let's label here, this is going to be your rise over run, and then an x. There's going to be a plus or minus sign here, and this is going to be your starting point. Okay. First, everybody write what you think the starting point is. Tell the person next to you, what do you think is the starting point on this graph? What do you think is the starting point on this graph? Okay. Hopefully you told each other. There it is right there. I circled it for you. The starting point is -4. The starting point is -4. So I'm going to write -4 at the end of this equation. It's something x minus 4. Okay. Let's draw slope man. He's very useful. And now, tell the person next to you if you can figure out what do you think is the slope, the rise over run, and pay attention to slope man. Okay. I've got the work right here. I think the slope is negative because it looks like slope man's right eye. So I'm going to say the slope is negative. And I'm going to say it's negative rise 2, run 3. -2/3. -2/3. Y'all are doing a great job not interrupting me today while I teach. This is so easy. -2/3 x minus 4. There you go. Everybody try this one. Start with your starting point and find your rise over run. I'll put it on the screen. You can look up whenever you're ready. I've got the starting point on the screen. All right, I've got it done. I think this is my starting point. I won't talk out loud. I won't say it because I think that some might still be working. I don't know. But this is my starting point. Here's my rise over run. I think it's positive. I think it's a positive slope. Okay, everybody try this one. Okay, I have this one done on the screen. There's two ways you could write this answer, so look at the screen at the video, and you'll see two ways to write the answer. I see a rise over run of 1 over 1, 1 over 1, 1 over 1, 1 over 1. It just goes through every intersection, through every corner. There's my y-intercept, my starting point. Okay, last one. Everybody do the last one. Now, if you ever forget, is it y equals or x equals, some of you might have looked back on the last page, but eventually you won't have that last page with you, you know, when you're taking a test. So there's a way to remember if you forget, and that is to choose 3 random points. And this is the point -8, -7. This is the point -3, -7, and this is the point 5, negative 7. So that's how you can remember, even when you don't have that last page to look at, or when you didn't learn it a few minutes ago and you learned it weeks ago. This is how you can remember, is it y equals or x equals? Well, which value always equals negative 7 along this line? Does x always equal negative 7, or does y always equal negative 7? And I think that here x equals negative 8, and x equals negative 3, and x equals 5, so I think it's y that always equals negative 7. So the equation is y equals negative 7. That's the equation of that line. Okay, you're going to be given some 12 graphs that you're going to draw, and they are due tomorrow. Tell somebody near you, when are they due? All right, they're due tomorrow. You also got some homework yesterday that's due tomorrow. So you have 2 things due tomorrow. Today's homework and yesterday's homework are going to be due tomorrow, and they're both really quick. Love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I'm here today. If you see me, say hello.